Hi YouTubers, it's me, Corey. Today is day 21 and excuse me, my voice is going. Like I promised on day 21, I would talk to you guys about some of the side effects or some of the effects that the cleanse actually has on your body. And or what it's had on mine. So I'm assuming that it would probably be the same for most people. You know, like I said, around day 3 or 4 in the beginning of the cleanse, you'll start to get those flu-like symptoms. I actually got them again around like day, I don't know, like 8 or 9. And they lasted just a little bit longer. And I mean, I'm in Atlanta, so I don't know, we've had some really funky weather this last month, so that could also be a little bit of an issue as far as the flu-like symptoms. But those are actually really good that happen because the cayenne pepper and the lemon mixture actually try and cleanse, they work to cleanse your body of those all that mucus, the mucous membranes that keeps people clogged up. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm very like sinusy, I'm very nasally. I have a lot of issues with that throughout the year. And drinking this mixture has really kind of cleared them up. I'm like, I mean, I'm clear. We're in like almost winter, I guess, because technically the first day of winter isn't until tomorrow. But I mean, it really helped me. And normally this time of the year, I would be like way struggling with my nasal, you know, nasalness. Well, that's not even a word, but anyway. And I would lose my voice quite a bit, all because of the drainage. And I don't have that now. The cleanse has really cleared that up for me. So this is something I think I'll definitely keep doing, drinking a little bit of the mixture throughout, you know, I guess the weeks or days or whatever, even after the cleanse, because I think that it will help keep me on that kind of path. But now something that you guys really probably want to hear, but it's kind of gross, so I will give you now the, you know, warning, because we're going to start talking about bowel movements. In the beginning of the cleanse, where most of you guys have probably kind of experienced, you know, it's pretty much just a mild, I guess like a mild way of excreting your normal movement. You know, it's a mild way of getting out the things in your system that are, I guess, fairly new. But as you progress in the cleanse and your system is clear of those things that are so new because you're not putting new stuff in there, it's getting out the old the old feces and the old, you know, everything, I guess, that's in your colon, that's in your intestinal tract. And the one thing that I started finding around day 12, maybe 14, was that the flushes took a little bit longer to do, to go through. I mean, you of course still get the salt water that comes out, but the actual movement that comes along with it doesn't come at the same time exactly as your flush. For me, it was coming about 30 minutes afterwards, so I was getting up at least 30-45 minutes earlier than I was doing when I was doing the flush, in order to have that time to, you know, to try and get some of that stuff out. But I also noticed too that it would come out a little more frequently during the day, where before, when I had the, you know, the newer stuff in the earlier part of the cleanse, it would only be a good flush in the morning and a little mild at night. But now I've seen the increase of when it's coming out, and I've also seen the increase in the coloration, where in the newer portion of the cleanse, or when you first start the cleanse, it's, you know, your regular bowel movement, you know. But as I've gotten further along in the cleanse, it's become a darker, maybe some kind of like darkish green, even blackish color sometimes. And it actually even doesn't look like your normal bowel movement anymore. It looks like, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like seaweed to me. I mean, I don't know. It looks like long lines of just kelp looking movement. And what I read up on is, what I'm finding out is, it's actually clearing the lining of your intestinal tract and of your colon. So that's what that is. That's the old stuff. That's the stuff that's been there. Lord, all that red meat we've been eating, that's all that mess finally coming out. And I think that is the purpose mainly for the cleanse, is to get out all of that old stuff that's in there. So A, it will help you have more bowel movements in a day. I mean, we should really technically be having bowel movements like babies and like dogs. Every time they eat, a baby or a dog, within 20 minutes, they're having a bowel movement because their digestive tracts are clean. They don't get the kind of bad stuff that we get and put into our systems, which sometimes, I mean, I know people who can go a week and only have like 4 bowel movements. That ain't good, people. You know, and not that I don't have them regularly, because I'm not as regular as I probably should have been prior to this cleanse, but I mean, I definitely wasn't having them every time I ate. You know, I mean, I ate at least 3 meals a day. I would have been lucky to have at least 1 bowel movement in a day. So that's telling us that, you know, this isn't how our system is supposed to work. So we're correcting that now. But it looks like very kelpy, very dark, stringy kind of looking bowel movement. And I hate to say it, but I'm actually glad to see it because it makes me really know that this is working. You know, I see all the other effects of it. You know, I can feel how clear I am as far as like my, you know, nasal passages. My skin is cleared, excuse me, drastically. Of course, you know, there's, noticeable weight loss. And I actually have had some people email me and post comments wanting to know how much weight I've lost. And I don't know. I'll find out on the 29th, just like you guys will, because for me, this is not about weight loss. It's about getting healthy. And like I've said countless times before, you know, when you're eating poorly, the side effect of that is weight gain. When you're eating healthy, the side effect of that is weight loss. So I feel like this weight that I'm losing now is not going to probably stay, because when I start to eat healthy, or when I start to eat, period, I'm going to be putting stuff back into my system. Not all of it will come back, but a good portion of it will probably come back. But as long as I'm eating the healthy way, the way that I intend to eat, I could probably stave off a little bit of that and actually, you know, lose a little bit more, because I'll actually be putting into my system only the good stuff that it needs. So I would love to tell you guys how much weight I've lost, but I have no clue. I gave my scale to my friend down the street, like I think day 6 or 7, and I'll get it back from her, you know, on day 29. Or day 30 actually, because I don't even want day before. I don't even want to be tempted. But the noticeable difference that I find exactly, and I don't know if a lot of you guys have found this, but when you're having the weight loss and you're having the cleanse movements, your stomach just literally melts away. And it's probably because it's all that stuff, guys, that we have sitting in our intestines. You know, it's not really, probably it's fat we're losing too, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely like weight and pounds of just old feces that's just sitting there not getting the correct movement, because our walls are probably blocked so tight that they can't get through, but I think the cleanse is like opening in it, so like when we finally start eating again, it'll just be freer to move through. It will not have anything to catch itself on, you know, for the walls. But this is just, you know, this is just my feeling, my thought. Like I said, again, I'll preface, like I've always said, I'm not a doctor, but I mean, this is just kind of what I think, you know, the process is. But anyway, that I guess wasn't too graphic, so hopefully not. But I mean, that's just something that I've noticed with the bowel movements. And as things progress for me in the cleanse, because today is day 21, guys, only 9 more days. You know, I'll let you guys know. I'm, like I said, full disclosure, and I hope you guys give me full disclosure too. If you have questions, I'll try my best to answer them from my experience. And if I don't know, if I haven't experienced it, I'll try and research it and see whether or not I can get an answer for you. Because I'm trying to reply to every email and every comment. And if I haven't gotten to yours yet, I promise you that I will. But so I hope that gives you guys a little bit of insight as to what has either happened to you or will be happening to you as far as this cleanse. But just know, it's a good thing that it's happening, because that means that your system is getting out all the old. So when you put the new in, it'll just be working perfectly like it needs to be. Well, anyway, I've got to jet. I've got a couple of errands I have to run today. But I will be seeing you guys tomorrow, which will be day 22, which will leave me only 8 days left. But, you know, I'm so excited. I feel great. I hope you guys are too. And I will be talking to you tomorrow. So until then, ciao.